Hey y'all, this is Kiana here doing her first little tutorial on makeup for school, starting with the primer, Power Grip by e.l.f., and then two of the one size, the Secure the Blur and the Sweat, and then after I apply the primer, I go ahead and pretty much mute my brows so they're easier to manipulate with the pomade and the pencil. I go in with the Derma Blend, then a little makeup sponge just to pat it over. So I just like to make sure that my eyebrows are dry before I start to draw. Then I normally go in with espresso, but none, okay? This is a NYX, and so I instead do the brunette. I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. Eyebrows is everyone's preference. I'm not really big on brows that look like they belong in UPS, them boxy type, but people could probably say that the ones that I have are still too boxy. I don't know. I'm still practicing and learning too, so you gotta remember that. But after that, I go ahead and go in with the e.l.f. Brow Lift. That's kind of a pomade-ish gel, and I brush my brows up, and then I go in with the 2-in-1 concealer and foundation in Milani. I forgot the color. I think it's tan, medium tan, and I go under my brows just to shape them and carve them out. Kind of self-explanatory. Then I go ahead and go in with the Real Techniques buffing concealer brush, and I buff out the edges so that it looks more blended and seamless. Then I go ahead and bring some more of that Milani concealer and foundation onto my eyelids, and I use the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey to set that, so that way when I want to put on my shadows later, I won't have any creasing because I have very, very oily skin. I don't know if you can already tell outside of the primer, it's creased. Then I go in with the Pro something, I forgot what it's called, and I color correct. Pretty much I don't try to do too much, because if you do too much with that, it will leave like a very orange cast under your foundation. So I just do it in spots where I have my hyperpigmentation and my hirsutism and all that stuff from my PCOS. But for the most part, my skin isn't bad. It's really pretty much just my neck. So my foundation will never match my neck as much as I want it to. My neck is very dark compared to the rest of my body. But yeah, go ahead and color correct. And then I'm going to use some random brush I got on with Ipsy, and I am going to blend that out. Blend, 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 blend. Again, I don't want it to mix into my foundation and make it very orange, because my foundations tend to be that color anyway. For foundation, I'm going to go ahead with the Natural Radiance NARS in the color Tahoe. It was sold out, and I'm just not getting my hands on it. You see clearly it was empty. Went ahead and put that on, and then I went back in with the Milani 2-in-1 concealer that I put under my brows, and I used that for underneath my eyes. And I like to let that sit a little bit. While I do that, I go ahead and put on that Caramel by Juvia's Place bronzer, where I want to bronze. And after I finish bronzing, I blend in. I'm not going kind of quick. Blend in my concealer, and after blending out my concealer and my bronzer, I set it. So I set everything off camera, and you can see with the one size and the Black Radiance for the concealer and for the bronze, and the I do powder contour and not cream contour, because cream contour, I don't know, it just never worked for me. I still gotta learn that. But yeah, with the Black Radiance, I'm gonna go ahead and set. I've had that so long it doesn't even have a name on it anymore, but I use the Juvia's Place bronze palette in tan. I got a darker color because that doesn't really do much for me. But where I contour or bronzed prior, I just set that. So pretty much wherever you put your cream, you wanna have a powder to set that in place. So I went ahead and set that with the Juvia's, and I think next I'm gonna do my blush. We'll see in a second. I'm gonna bronze my nose. Well, contour bronze my nose. And I'm going to use the Morphe M733, I believe. And bronze. And I'm going to bring that into my eyebrow bone a bit. Again, bear with me. I'm still learning. Okay. And a lot of stuff I wanted to try today. And you can clearly see I was trying a lot out. And it turned out all right, you know. But when all that. Take the Juvia's Warriors 2 palette. And I'm going to take that shade right here that I cannot pronounce, and I'm going to start by putting that on my eyelid with a fluffy brush. I believe it's the same Morphe brush. I have so many of the same Morphe brushes, and the same one that I use for my nose I'm going to use for my eyelids. That one didn't really show up much, so I went back in, tried to pick up more, and still didn't really show. So you're going to see me go in with a fluffier brush, Tensor Brush E22 Morphe. I'm going to take the darker brown, can't pronounce that either, and I'm going to take that around my, yeah, there. I'm going to take that around and around, pretty much on my outer corner and like the top of near my brow bone. So I kind of skipped ahead here. I don't remember what happened, but this is where I applied my blush. And in that same palette, I just used those two colors, lighter colors. And I used the blush brush from Real Techniques. And I applied the brush. Wow. Applied the blush. And then I got this random highlighter from Groupon years ago. I'm pretty sure it's expired, but had it for so long. But I love it so much. Use that for highlight. Put it on the bridge of my nose, on my cheeks, and on the eyebrow bone. I kind of like demonstrate. I already put it on, but I'm going to demonstrate it a little bit with some random brush, again, that I got from Ipsy. Don't know. A lot of these brushes you can get for the low, for the cheap on Shiznine. I wouldn't recommend, outside of the Morphe brushes, spending a lot of money on no brushes. Especially if you're like me and just really starting out and trying stuff. So then I'm going to go ahead and take some cluster lashes. These are the Carlin, whatever. And I put mascara on prior, but then I'm going to use the Falscara Bond to put those on. And I'm putting those on underneath my eyelashes. I didn't demonstrate how to put them on because they take a lot. As you can see, it was still falling off even after I sat there and let it dry. But I say look on YouTube. They'll probably explain a little bit better than I did. And then I took some e.l.f. liquid liner and put it on the band underneath my eye, just to hide, because it's kind of like whiteness to it. And then I took only that Arrow number 4. I got that from an Ipsy bag like a year ago. Don't even know. And I did my waterline. That other one that I had on top was dried in my knees. I could not use that eyeliner. And then I'm going to take this color, same Morphe, same Juvia's palette, some random e.l.f. brush that I had for years again. And I'm going to buff out that liner that I have and kind of take it down to the lower lash line. Okay. Same both eyes, of course, obviously. And then I'm going to apply mascara, the MAC Stack, one of the best mascaras, to my lower lash line. And then after that, I'm going to take that same highlighter I used, again, don't know what it is, and I'm going to use that Morphe brush that I just showed, don't remember the name, spray it with some Make It Last Milani setting spray just to get it kind of wet. It didn't really work. I'm not going to hold you. It's with that highlighter, you don't really even need it wet, but just for demonstration purposes, I wet it. But excuse me. Yeah, I put that in my tear duct. And then here, clearly, is a different time. I was late for school. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate how it would be if I were to have to go somewhere else after. So I kind of, with the Dermablend, pat it out. Or you can use the Fenty. Also has a nice powder that you can use to blurt out the oiliness, because I get oily. That was only after 4.5 hours that I was that oily. And I used all that oil removing type of products. It didn't work. It never works for me. My face is just creased. So then I'm just kind of showing you my lip combo. I think this is chestnut. Exactly, because it wouldn't focus. And then some Beauty Supply Stole, but honestly, brown pencil, Beauty Supply Stole clear. I'm just going to demonstrate that I line my lips, kind of self-explanatory again. Make that weird face, you know. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Then I applied my gloss after my liner. I gotta get new gloss. This Beauty Supply Store ain't hidden. I really like the Fenty, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. It's probably gone because I use it so much. I go kind of back in with the liner just to kind of define the shape of it. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate y'all. I should be posting soon.